tell us, tell us, tell us. Who you are, what you believe, what is the differences. So I liked it because it was like a in-kind, welcoming vibe to know one another.
Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 41, A New Life in Nelson.
So I ended up in Nelson at night. I liked it because it was a change, just a change for normal thing, and that part I liked very much. I needed a change, a different environment, different friendship, different city.
Can I suggest you needed a challenge?
No, it was actually, it was sort of, everything was falling into the right place. That was the feeling. Yeah, there was no worry or suffering. By next morning, my friend, he suggested me to go to the Link Center. And that was a wonderful thing. I did not notice in Auckland, or I did not had a chance to get involved to. Because in Auckland, probably I was working too many hours, too many days, and I didn't have chance to go and meet with the wider community. So in Nelson, there was a center called Link Center. Wonderful. I went there, and there I found that in their center, their job was to link up with communities, with cultures, with ethnic groups, this and that. Most particularly, they were focusing on connecting with outside people, immigrants, with the Maori people. I felt, I got one. I got one that I was looking for. So I fell in love with Link Center. And then, they were organizing a trip to a marae, and I was part in it. Interestingly, I noticed that before I joined there, they did not have anyone to represent Muslim community or as a Muslim. So that was a nice chemistry. I joined as a Muslim, and then I saw that other communities were interested to know about Muslim. Tell us, tell us, tell us. Who you are, what you believe, what is the differences. So I liked it because it was like a in-kind, welcoming vibe to know one another. And I always talk about harmony, inclusivity, and I believe to do that, we just need to talk to one another. We just need to understand one another's commonality and differences. So the differences we can put aside into another box, and to get on, we can do more activities on commonality. So that wonderful, spirit started from Nelson. So I went to Marae and I spent whole day there with the team. We were many from different cultures. We were a huge team, maybe 50, 60. And then over there, we listened to one another, we talked, we greeted one another with our own language so that we could practice the multilingual and we can learn from one another. We had our lunch together. We took some food and they provided tea, so it was a nice partnership. It was wonderful. So I felt that I was looking for those sort of things. Human connection, discovering the common love, discovering the common compassion for one another. And then I was taken to a church, also the same thing. And then different cultural programs. In Nelson, there is a nice organization called Multicultural Association or something. So we joined them, and then we used to do events. Nelson is a small city, basically only few main streets. So the multicultural program there was very welcome. So in the Trafalgar Street or Trafalgar Square, the multicultural groups are doing activities on the street, and people are standing on both sides and watching and clapping. Yeah. So that closeness in Nelson, because it is city, everyone knows everyone, the closeness from all over the world, people from all cultures, that closeness I experienced in Nelson that I did not experience in Auckland, because Auckland is huge. So Auckland, because it is huge, so Bangladeshi community is busy with Bangladeshi community. This is their box, and hardly they're going out, and then other communities, that's how, we are into the boxes. But for the first time in Nelson, I could come out of that box, and I was among the whole world. That was a wonderful beginning. That was a wonderful beginning. And Nelson has taught me from this that we need to do this. Even in neighborhood, we need to come together often, get to know one another, talk to one another, ask questions, and find out our differences and commonality. That's the way to go. If we want to bring the world together, if we want to join hearts for harmony, that's the way to go. So Nelson taught me that, and thank you, Nelson.